Hey, if you have been thinking of buying a home in Kapolei, you have probably heard two very different opinions. So what's the real story? We are going to check out the shopping, the value of the homes, and what there is to do in the area. So you can figure out if Kapolei is the best place for you to live on Oahu. Today, I am breaking down the good, the trade-offs, and the things you should know before buying a home in Kapolei. We're talking price point, amenities, safety, and what everyday life actually feels like here in Kapolei. So aloha everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kina Knisley with Team K Squared. So if you are considering Kapolei, this video is for you. Kapolei has become one of the most popular places to live on the west side of Oahu, and for good reason. It offers newer homes, convenient shopping, and a growing community, and a lifestyle that works really well for a lot of buyers. At the same time, like any area, it has trade-offs, and knowing both sides help you make a smarter decision. One of the reasons people look at Kapolei is that it feels newer, more planned, a lot more than any other areas on the island. You will find modern neighborhoods, a growing number of services, shopping centers, parks, and places to eat, all that makes day-to-day life easier. Kapolei also has that suburban feel that a lot of families love. There's a little more space, a little more breathing room, and a lifestyle that can feel less hectic than the busier parts of urban Honolulu. If you want a place where you can handle errands, school, recreation, and dinner without driving all over the island, i.e. getting into traffic, Kapolei checks a lot of boxes. And one thing that's making Kapolei even more appealing is the continued growth in commercial development. We're seeing more businesses, more services, and more everyday convenience moving into the area. That includes newer commercial spots like Sonic and the Bank of Hawaii. One more thing that's making Kapolei more appealing is the new commercial development. We have a new Sonic coming in, a new gas station, and a new First Hawaiian Bank across the street. So that helps with your property values and convenience. So makes Kapolei even a little more convenient to live in. Now, let's talk about one thing buyers always think about: commuting. Like many parts of Oahu, traffic can vary depending on the time of day and where you need to go. For some people, the commute is very manageable, especially if they work on the west side or have flexible schedules. For others, especially those who travel into town regularly, it's important to plan ahead and understand what daily driving will look like. The good news is Kapolei gives you a lot right in the neighborhood. That means many residents don't need to leave the area as often for shopping, dining, and everyday errands. That convenience helps make the commute situation feel more manageable for a lot of buyers. Let's talk about price. I know that's a huge concern. Kapolei is not the cheapest area on Oahu, but many buyers feel the value is in what you get. You're often looking at newer construction, larger layouts, and a more modern community than you might find in the older neighborhoods closer to town. That can make the price point feel worthwhile. If your priority is comfort, functionality, and a newer home, depending on the neighborhood and property type, prices can vary quite a bit. So it's important to look at the specific area that you are considering. In some cases, buyers are comparing single-family homes, townhomes, and condo options, all with very different costs and HOA structures. So the real question isn't, can I afford Kapolei? It's which part of Kapolei fits my budget and lifestyle best. This is where Kapolei really shines. You've got shopping, restaurants, schools, parks, and recreational options that make life convenient and family-friendly. Ka Makana is a major draw, and nearby businesses continue to give residents more choices without needing to drive far. Another big bonus is access to the West Side lifestyle. You're not far from the beaches, golf, or outdoor activities, which make it easier to enjoy the island. And Ko Olina is just a few minutes away. So this is without having to head into Honolulu. For more people who want a balance of convenience and recreation, Kapolei can be a great fit. A lot of buyers also like the overall community feel of Kapolei. It tends to appeal to families, professionals, and military buyers who want a neighborhood that feels organized, newer, and more residential. As with any area, it's always smart to look at the specific neighborhood that you are considering. But many people appreciate the sense of pride and upkeep in Kapolei communities. It often feels like a place where people are putting down roots, not just passing through. One thing people sometimes overlook is how much the West Side has grown. Kapolei is part of a larger area that continues to develop. That's exciting, but it also means you may see construction changing the road patterns and ongoing growth as the community expands. The weather is another factor. Kapolei can be warmer and drier than other parts of the island, kind of the more desert setting of Oahu. So things like air conditioning, solar, and energy efficiency can matter more than buyers expect. Those details may seem small at first, but they can have a real impact on comfort and monthly expenses. Kapolei can be a great choice if you want a newer home, a more suburban feel, a community with a lot of everyday conveniences built in. It's especially appealing to buyers who value modern neighborhoods, West Side living, and the ability to keep a lot of life close to home. If you work nearby, have a flexible schedule, or simply prefer a growing community with a more planned feel, Kapolei could be a strong option. If your priorities are different, that's okay too. The key is knowing whether the trade-offs match your lifestyle. So is Kapolei a good place to buy a home? For the right buyer, absolutely. It offers modern living, strong conveniences, a family-friendly environment, and a growing list of amenities that make daily life easier. The continued commercial growth, including places like Sonic and the Bank of Hawaii, is another sign that Kapolei is still evolving and becoming even more convenient for the residents. I personally cannot wait for Sonic. Those cheese tots, yummy. The best way to decide if you spend time in the area, drive it at different times of the day and picture your actual routine there. If you are considering a move to Kapolei and want help narrowing down the right neighborhood or property type, I would be happy to help. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment. So, would Kapolei work for you and your lifestyle? Call me, we'll find out. So aloha, and I will see you on the next one.